and welcome back to the show, you fucking assholes that keep coming back here and listening to this fucking thing. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm fucking tired. It's gotta be like that gloomy day feeling that's hitting me hard right now. Um, this is in fact another attempt from last night because I recorded a whole solid 54 minutes. Like I was opening my heart up to you guys about the notebook and everything like that. And I don't know what I did wrong. I seriously don't. I uploaded it and for some reason it wasn't reading the file, but it's okay. We're here to try again. I still have the file as of right now, so who knows? You might get a fucking preview of that one day, but yeah, that's just how my fucking day's going. Pete fucking garbage. Sitting out here looking out my window, drinking my water intake for today. Does anybody really pay attention to that anymore? Or we just drink anything and everything? Depends on what your goal is, right? I mean, I know for a fact I pound water when I'm at work, but if it's on the weekend, I don't really keep track of how much water I'm drinking. Which it's like I should be, but I don't. Oh, man. Speaking of being at work, I go back to work tomorrow, and for some reason, boobs have been on the brain consistently for me every day at work. It's like, oh my God. But it depends on the kind of boob, though, right? I mean, for me, there's no such thing as a bad boob. You can have a small boob, a big boob. I don't care. I'll still suck on them. But there is such thing as a bad nipple that can turn a good boob into a bad boob. What's your limit for how puffy a nipple can be? I would say mine's pretty high. Like, it's not like the most attractive thing, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to bust a nut, it don't matter, right? I love all boobs, though. Don't get me wrong. Except for, like, man boobs. Get that shit out of here. You should not have man boobs between the ages of 20 and 32. If you do, hit a gym, bro. Come on. Or, like, the fat bitches that, like, oh, look how big my boobs are. It's like, no, that's not even really boob anymore. You know, it's fucking fat crammed into a bra. Just like their fucking pants. Like, big girls and guys, because they all get that, like, that. What's with them getting all that fat buildup near the fucking crotch? Fucking gross. Ugh. I call it the bus driver pouch. Because every bus driver always has that same fatty area, which is like, at first I was like, damn, my bus driver got a fat pussy. But it's not that at all. It's just fucking the fat stored above it. And those people are always the people who stink. It does not matter what the situation is. They always stink once they get out. Speaking of stinking, you ever hit it from the back? And it's like, God, you smell it. It's wafting off the girl, but you don't say anything? You're probably shaking your head, yes, huh? Well, you're a sick fuck. Tell her to start washing up. I don't think I've ever truly had a stench that bad that makes me go... But I think it's normal. Something to be embarrassed about. But god damn, catches you off guard. It goes away after a while though. Just start spin on it. Just start spin on it. The smell starts to go away. I feel like that shouldn't be the solution. But hey, in the moment, you just gotta do what you gotta do. She probably thinks it's so hot. Like yeah, spit on it. But in reality, you're just trying to coat the smell. Ugh. Fucking, I hate when things smell bad. And then, you know, you try to... I try like a weird... I hope I could hear that on the background of the mic. Because it's, sounds like a train horn? Possibly? I don't know what that is. Really threw me off guard. Probably fucking my neighbor burning down the house again. Their fire alarm went off twice yesterday during my podcast. Which is, is it still going? It is. I feel like I should get up and go look. But that means I have to go stop this recording. And it's just like, you know. But, yeah, my neighbor's fire alarm went off like twice yesterday when they were cooking stuff. It's because they cook all their shit in oil. And they let it in. The purpose of the oil is to get it hot enough to... It went away. To get hot enough to cook the food. But they're doing something wrong. They had everything open. The smoke was like pouring out of their apartment building. Like there was a fire in there. I was about to run in there and claim myself as a hero. Man, I don't think I could ever claim myself as a hero, especially like if I save a cat out of a building. A cat could save itself. It just wants to lure you in there so it can commit another crime because you can't arrest a cat. No, but cats are pretty fucking cool. I don't know how I got on this topic, but yeah, you know what? It is what it is. We're just freeballing it right now. Um, yeah, nothing really much going on right now, man. I'm ready for the weather to start getting nice. Start walking outside with no underwear on. I would say like my perfect temperature is like 80, 85 degrees, sunny, little slight breeze, nothing crazy. That's my type of weather. If anyone says anything less for summer weather, then they're not really summer people. I'm a summer and winter person. I like fall, but fall just makes you just want to stay inside, watch movies, and masturbate. It's that sick home feeling, I guess. I'm gonna scoot over here a little bit. I'm gonna put my feet on this window. Ugh. I like to sit by my window because I get to watch the cars. I live like right across from a main street. There's a field and then there's a main street right here. I like to watch the cars drive by sometimes. You know what's fucked up? I hate that I can see these apartments that are across this field. Those are like the low income apartments, I guess. I don't really care what they're named, but the window to door ratio makes no sense because there's like two doors per side, a front and a back. So 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 8 doors, but only 4 windows. How does that work? Maybe because I'm just how I'm looking at it. But I used to have a classmate that used to live on one of those apartments. She always smelled like fucking cat piss. It was gross. We would sing in history class, and we were like, oh boy, the pee girl's here. Now looking back, it was a little disrespectful, but come on, don't come into class smelling like fucking piss. She's in my history class, and if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. Shower, bitch. Stop smelling like fucking cat pee. I love animals, don't get me wrong, but the moment they start peeing in the house, I have a 3-strike rule. Pee in the house once if I'm gone for a long time, okay, that's my fault. I should have had someone come in and check on you. But if you're peeing on the floor to like claim your territory, or like you're not telling me you have to go outside, cat boxes empty, stuff like that, I would lose it. I would put the cat out for adoption or dog, whatever fucking I owned, because it's like your job is to tell me that you have to go to the bathroom. That way, so I can properly take care of your needs. But no, you want to pee on the rug, you piece of shit. We used to have a dog like that. We were going to give it away. I think I would have to ask my dad on this one, but I remember we were going to give it away. But then one of our friends decided to take it. I'm like, pfft. And every time you walked into her house, it just always smelled like fucking pee. I hated that fucking dog. I don't know how it lived to be like 17 years old. Like, don't dogs only live till 15, 16? It was just about to turn 18, and they're like, okay, we got to put this thing down because, he's going blind, lost a leg, got into a fight with a raccoon and lost his tail. That dog would not die. That dog was probably sent by Satan himself. But fuck that dog. I like the dog we have now. I don't understand why people don't let their dogs on furniture, though. That's a very common thing I'm seeing nowadays. I don't care if my dog's on the furniture. I don't care if he fucks up the couch. Dogs are less likely to ruin a couch, by like dirt and shit than you are from coming home in the club covered in jizz. Humans mostly make the couch stink. Because I know a lot of people where they're like, their hygiene ain't it. And they're just like, oh, I don't want my dog sitting on the couch. Yeah, as you just came home from the gym and you're not going to shower for the next 8 hours, you fucking piece of shit. Now, obviously, if your dog rolls around in the mud and all that, and you're not getting him washed daily, then yeah, I would say get him his own kind of couch because you don't want him ruining yours. But I just can't stand people like that. Your dog, if you just let your dog in and out of the house, he's not an outside dog or anything like that, then why the fuck are you so worried about your furniture if you're going to do more damage to that thing than a dog will? And I'll tell you that right now because you know what? You know how many times I fucked on my couch? I broke that bitch in at least 3 months. What does that tell you about me? That I'm a crazy kind of guy, I guess so. Speaking of, we just had someone move in next. We had just not move in. We had just had someone look at the apartments next to me, and I'm like, bro, it's only been like 3 days since this guy's been gone. I hate that, like, once you tell the landlords and stuff that, I understand they gotta make their money, right? But they don't even give it a second thought. Like, I have not seen any cleaners come in or come by, and they already have people coming to look at the apartment, and I'm like, does that not strike anybody as, like, concerning? Like, man, they're just so eager to get their money going. Now, I don't understand the process, obviously, but, like, the guy, as far as I know, he didn't clean his apartment for dick because he didn't get a security deposit back, which I don't know how is even possible because he was never even there. He never had people over. Oh, man, that's a nice Jeep. Nice little lift kit on that, too. I swear I see a Jeep, like, every day. Looks brand new, right off the lot. But he never got a security deposit back. But you never know. Maybe that's why he never got it back, because he didn't clean his fucking apartment. I guarantee. I had a mouse in my apartment recently, and I screamed so loud like a little girl. And it's not because I was scared. Like, I was scared. I won't lie to you, but I'm not going to tell the mouse that. But I was just because it was 4:30 in the morning. I wasn't expecting it to be on my kitchen floor. I was like, you know, like, I was like, oh my God. And I knew it had to come from his apartment because my apartment's too clean. I don't got food in my apartment. Like, I do, but in the kitchen, and it's put away properly. And, you know, it's one of those apartments where I only have, like, one window in my bedroom, which is retarded. The apartments I'm looking at right now have more windows on one room than I do in my apartment. Kind of. I think it's just because it's different apartments in there, but still. I would like to have 2 windows in this bitch. I think it's only 1 window because it would just be cheaper that way from the company who installed them. Man, I just know when I buy a house, I want a lot of windows in my house. Just so I can walk around naked and swing my balls at my neighbors. Morning, Cheryl. Ugh, I know a Cheryl. I should never use that name. Ugh. You know, like as you're walking out to get the newspaper. Nah, they're not gonna have newspaper by the time I buy a house. I'm gonna buy a newspaper just so someone's gotta like drive out all the way there just to deliver it. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna make it even worse for this company that I'm gonna buy a newspaper from. I'm gonna have an address that's right on the borderline of the zone that they work in. And I'm going to make this kid bike 10 miles there and then 10 miles back for $3 an hour. You know, that would be hilarious. What took you so long? Oh, there's this house at the edge of town that no one wants to deliver to, and I got to do it every morning. Is that how newspaper routes actually used to work? Where they would actually get up at like 2:30 in the morning and go deliver newspapers? Like, God damn, that's a 3rd shift. And then these kids were going to school? Like, is this just like, was that just always part of like a basic storyline? Like, did it have a delivery route just for that movie to prove a point that it's dangerous beyond these streets? Imagine delivering newspaper in the hood. People think you're throwing gang signs, but you're actually throwing newspaper. I don't know. I'm just sitting here looking out my window, so I'm not even really thinking of topics. Oh, you know what? While we're gonna start a new topic, I was watching a Superman clip today, and I'm like, do you ever think Superman gets tired of saving these pieces of shit's lives? Like, he's not getting paid for it, is he? Or I mean, like, I get it, like he already does his own thing, but I don't know. I was never really a big DC fan, but if I was Superman or Batman, I'd be like, all right, you motherfuckers need to start learning martial arts or something. Martial arts. Because I'm not going to save you at 2 a.m. on a Friday when I should be balling it up at a strip club. I never understood Batman's motive either. I guess it just shows I have to go back and I have to watch DC movies. But DC is just so fucking boring. It's not cool. Like, I'm totally a Marvel guy. Like Iron Man, Hulk, Thor. You know, it's like, that's cooler. I think it just has a better storyline. Maybe it's just because it kind of like, they know how to get to our side of like our wants and needs. But I don't think I could ever truly watch like DC. I used to like The Flash a lot. I don't know what happened. It just doesn't really pique the interest anymore. Not to mention, like, these fights that they have aren't realistic. I mean, I guess neither is Marvel, but at least like something like that could happen. Maybe. I don't know. I just fucking hate DC. I'm just trying to defend Marvel as much as possible. And if anybody says otherwise, they're a piece of shit. Because first off, who doesn't like Chris Hemsworth? That man has a body of a god. Literally, he plays a god on a movie. That's why he's built like that. God damn. Oh, of course my phone's blowing up. Let's make sure no one's dead. It's all, like I said, it's always when I'm doing this. Nope. Same fucking people every day. It's like they know. It's like they know that I'm doing this fucking podcast. Right? I got a few topics written down for you guys too. I know I said I wasn't gonna do this daily, but I'm just trying to make up for the fact that I fucking threw out that last recording I had last time. So I'm just trying to make it up. I'm a huge grinder apparently, where it's like I really just like to grind shit until I succeed at it. Anyway, I've been having a few dreams lately. These were a while ago, so it's nothing recent. But I've been having a lot of dreams with my friend John and them, and I'm like, God damn. But you would think that they're funny or like confusing dreams. Nah, that's a shitty fucking minivan. How is it even going that fast? Once again, if you skip through a lot of this podcast, which a lot of you probably do, I'm looking, oh my God, look at that guy. He always bikes everywhere. I'm looking out my window right now, and I'm just observing while I tell you guys stupid stories. Anyway, I've been having a lot of dreams with my friend John and them, and they're not confusing or sad. In fact, they're more scary than anything. One of the dreams I recently had with him in it was we and John were in a field playing catch with a football for some reason. Something that me and my dad never did. And he's trying to convince me. He's like, come on, man, throw me the football. It's all good. Like, don't worry. I'm like, no, I don't know. Like, what if it doesn't go that far? And he goes, no, it's going to be fine. You can trust me. I'll catch the football. And if anybody doesn't know, what happens in a dream isn't exactly what's happening in real life. So if you find a toilet in your sleep, wake up if you're able to, because you're about to piss your fucking pants in the bed. But I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm trusting you. He goes, good, throw me the football. And I end up throwing my phone across the bedroom, bouncing off the dog's cage onto the hardwood floor at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's just startled everything. And it's like, oh God, I woke up so embarrassed. And here I am telling a story on my podcast. How crazy is that? But I woke up, and as soon as I threw the football in my dream, John disappeared. Like, he never even existed. I woke up, like, mid-throw, and I'm like, fuck. Are you kidding me? I really just fucking did that. And, at this point, if I throw my phone in my sleep or drop it, like, on the street or anything, I'm not worried about it breaking at this point. I've had this phone for a hot minute. The only reason why I haven't gotten a new one is because I'm waiting to get a new place of employment. So yeah, that was one of the dreams I had with John in it. Fuck you, John, for making me throw a football / my phone in my dream. And then the second dream I had with John recently is John, for some reason, we pulled up to a gas station in his truck, and he's like, hey, you want to get some beef jerky and water? I said, sure. And so we walk inside, and John's like, all right, go get the beef jerky and water. I'll take care of the stuff at the register. And basic play-out movie, right? Where they're telling the rookie to go grab what he wants as they're fucking doing a hold-up in the front. And as soon as I come up with a wad of, like, jerky and a bunch of water, and John's like, all right, give us the money in the cash register. And I'm like, John, I thought we came here for beef jerky and water. He goes, well, how do you think we're going to pay with it? I'm like, with our credit cards? And he's like, no, we're going to rob the store and then give the money back. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so we ended up robbing a gas station. And there was no, like, sign out there or anything. So it was just a random-ass gas station. And not even 3 seconds to John holding him at gunpoint, police start showing up all over the place. And I'm like, what? So John's like, fuck, we got to get out of here. We get in his truck. We're driving down the street. We got away from the cops for a little bit. We left empty-handed, by the way. I didn't get no fucking beef jerky, and I for sure didn't get no water. And John's like, well, that didn't work out that well. And then next thing you know, we're on the news, and we're hiding out. And, in my dream, time goes by faster, I'm assuming, because then at the end of my dream, I'm like, I'm going to turn myself in. And then I sooner or later did, but John did at the same time too. It's because I got caught by 2 police officers walking down the street. I'm like, damn, is this what it's like to be black? Just get stopped and randomly put in handcuffs. Man, it must be nice. You know, speaking of color, Bill Clinton, because he's white, just kind of shows you how fucking old that man is. That guy's a legend. Come on, let's be honest with ourselves here. Like, that man got a blowjob in the Oval Office. And I know, like, how many people talk about this on a daily? Probably a lot of people. Like, I've heard so many jokes about how Bill Clinton's going to go down in history and stuff like that. And blowjob in the Oval Office. I wish that was me. But, like, for real, let's be honest here. He's a legend. Bill Clinton is going to go down as a blowjob king. Like, we should dedicate his birthday to a blowjob day. Like, to even get a girl to go under the desk and below you, oh my god, I'm jealous. I don't know how he kept a straight face. I tried getting a blowjob and I'm fucking like over here, like clenching one eye shut, and I'm just like, you know. You know, it's like, I don't know how he kept a straight face the entire time he's getting that blowjob. I would love to see the camera footage of just his face, see if he has a reaction. Because if he doesn't have a reaction, it means it wasn't good head. And I've never had bad head before. But I'm assuming bad head would lead to no reaction. If it takes you longer than 20 minutes to nut from head, it ain't good. Stop at 11 minutes. 11 minutes is my cutoff. Like, if I'm not feeling like anything and it's just like you're just putting your mouth on it, then I'm just gonna stop you. I have had a bad first experience though, like, eating a girl out. It's just, I remember I went down there for the first time, and I remember it just, I'm like, oh, what's that smell? Like, as soon as she took her panties off or whatever the fuck she was wearing at that age, because I was in like freshman year, 8th grade, so like we were what? How old are you? 14? We'll say 15, 14. And I remember just going down there, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, you know, like when you drive past a dumpster? Something like that, like a hot, sunny day. And I remember just licking it. And my tongue got so dry. And I was like, ugh. So gross. If you've ever licked deodorant, then that was like the feeling. And if you haven't licked deodorant before, go lick it right now. Rewind it, and then imagine what it's like eating bad pussy. I remember just coming up like, oh man, I'm just not feeling too good. Maybe next time, sweetheart. And then there was no next time. We broke up a week later. It was fantastic. I was so happy to be out of that one. You know, I guess that comes down to like hygiene. You know, because if she wasn't doing that when we were in 8th freshman year of high school, then I don't think she's doing it now. For remember, she ain't doing much with her life. So she already has like 4 kids, which I don't know how it's possible. Especially when you fucking smell and taste that bad. But who knows? Maybe she fixed herself. Fucking sick ass bitch. Well, since we're on a fucking gross topic, you know, I have to tell you guys a story that happened to me last Saturday. I just got done taking my family out to a nice dinner, and I was taking my brother back to his home. And I was like, all right, once I drop him off at home, I'm gonna run in and use his bathroom because I desperately had to shit. And I got there, I dropped him off. I said, all right, man, I'm gonna see you later. We gave each other the good old high five because I don't like hugging people. And I never thought to myself, I'm like, I should shit while I'm here, because like I was like already having a hard time making it from the restaurant to his house, which is like only a 7-minute drive. I never thought to take a shit when I was there. So I get back in the car, and in order to get to his area, you have to drive through a kind of a bad area and then back to like where I live. So, all my friends who listen to this, you all know what I'm talking about. But I get back in my truck and I'm driving, and I'm like 3 minutes into the drive, I'm like, oh, there's that feeling again. And I'm driving, I'm telling myself, all right, the first building I see, I gotta stop, or else I'm gonna have to stop over on the side of the road and take a shit on the street, because I don't think I can hold this for much longer. 4 minutes go by, I come across into an O Reillys, And I have never felt more blessed to come across a building than I have at that moment. And shout out to O Reillys, by the way. You came in for the clutch because I was going to shit my pants. So, but my biggest fear when getting out my truck was, oh my God, like these places don't like to let people in to their bathrooms because, you know, people make a mess. Keep that in mind. People like to make a mess in these fucking things. So I'm like, oh my God, he might not let me do it. But I'm like, I'm ready to bribe him. Anything he wants. You want my money? You want my truck? I'll give you everything. Head, foot job, you know? I'm not gay, but when you gotta take a shit, you gotta take a shit. Because I was like right there. I had to go. So I walk in, I'm like, sir, can I please use your bathroom? Expecting him to say no and ready to be disappointed. He goes, yeah, go ahead. It's in the back to the right. Now, on my run back to the bathroom, I noticed that there's like an older, bigger lady, like, rocking back and forth, eating pretzels, watching a TV, and she was wearing an O Reillys t-shirt, and I was like, damn, I didn't know our O Reillys started hiring autistic people. More of like meth heads. She looked like she was missing a few teeth, and I didn't think twice about it. But anyway, I get inside the bathroom, which is mixed with like a storage room, and the first thing I noticed was there was shit on the toilet seat, and I'm like, oh fuck, but it was old. It was so old that it was starting to flake off, but I didn't have time to clean it. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have to sit down in this fucking shitty toilet seat, and it was wet too, so I go to sit down, I almost slid off the toilet seat. I'm literally like sitting in dried, crumbly shit and wet piss. Because they keep letting these fucking animals in this building to use the bathroom. You know, and I end up using the bathroom, and 7 minutes go by, and I'm done. And this is mixed with the storage room, which holds all their toilet paper and stuff. There's no toilet paper inside the holder. I'm like, it's literally right there. Just fucking grab a new roll. So I had to do the walk of shame with the underwear and pants around the ankles, and I walk across this big ass storage room, and I grab a roll of toilet paper. I put that shit back too because I'm not gonna refill their shit. I don't work there. Make the next guy behind me do it. I wipe at this point. I'm like, why? Why am I even wiping? I already got shit on my ass cheeks. And I noticed when I flushed, it wouldn't go down. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine. I don't know why it wouldn't. It just wasn't enough water pressure to bring it down, I guess. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to grab the plunger. The plunger was fucking broken. It had a crack in it, so it was not able to get that proper suction. So, like, at that point, I was just sticking a plunger in there. So I was like, fuck, what do? I'm not going to, like, leave it like this because, you know, at least be respectful. Flush what I got in there. And I ended up grabbing a broom and flipping it upside down. And I was just, like, stabbing everything to kind of break it up. And you know, I sooner or later got it, but it was a battle. I think I spent more time trying to flush this thing than I did actually using the bathroom. And I wonder if I was like, oh my God, like what's the limit? How long till they come in and knock on the door to see if I'm doing meth or like smoking crack in their bathroom? And no one ever did, thank God, because I'd rather say I'm smoking crack than, you know, hey, I clogged your toilet, I'm embarrassed. That's the kind of guy I am. I'd rather tell you I'm doing drugs in your bathroom than admit that I'm fucking clogging your toilet. So I'm battling this thing. It goes down, and I take the broomstick out, and it's covered in shit and toilet paper. And I'm like, well, fuck me. You know, what am I going to do now? I just said, fuck it. I just put it back where I found it. And I'm like, you know what? This place is cursed. I'm never coming back here again. And I walk out, and I'm like, have a good day. And the sir's like, yeah, you too. And I'm like, what a gentleman. That guy does not know what he's in store for. But then I thought to myself on the way home, as I was telling my dad's friend Dave, I thought about it. I'm like, they ain't even gonna pick up that broom anyway. That place is fucking dirty. Fucking O Reillys though came in for the clutch because normally they don't let you use their bathroom. They clearly don't have a janitor though. It's like all the cleaning supplies is in the bathroom. Start making, hey, if you use the bathroom, you gotta clean it. That should be their public service announcement. Came in for the clutch. I'll never forget that. I ain't shopping at AutoZone anymore. Because fuck that. AutoZone's okay. But I'd rather go to O Reillys. At least they let you use their bathroom there. Speaking of, God, who the fuck keeps texting me? Can't fucking catch a break, can I? Really? Same person? Jesus Christ. Ugh. Anyway. Oh, I just got thunder. Rattled the fucking shit on my wall. Anyway. I hate AutoZone because everybody who works there thinks that they're like this fucking genius at cars, right? So my headlight went out about a few months ago. And I'm like, yeah, I need a high beam, please. She goes, no, that's your bright light. And like your brights, that bulb needs to be changed, not the high beam. And I'm like, my brights turn on though. She goes, yeah, but it looks like it's your brights bulb. And I'm like, oh my, I don't fucking believe you. But she would not leave it alone. She goes, are you sure you want a high beam light? Are you sure you want a high beam light? I'm like, ma'am, you're missing teeth. And this is a job that pays $9 an hour. I think I know what I'm doing. Okay, I got the full set of teeth. And I work at a job that pays a little bit more than $9 an hour. And I normally don't base it off their pay. But when you're trying to tell me what I know and don't know, when I clearly know it's my fucking headlight, it's my high beam, don't tell me otherwise. And I said, you know what, fine. It's not the high beam. You're right. It's the brights. It's the brights. So I get a fucking light bulb for my brights. And I go and I went to someone to go get it changed because I could not figure it out for the life of me because they have to, for some reason, make changing a light bulb impossible on these fucking trucks nowadays. And the guy goes, yeah, this isn't the right bulb. It's your high beam that's bad. And I'm like, oh my, I fucking knew it. But I let this old ass white bitch talk me out of not getting the right light bulb. And on top of that, she didn't even get me the right, light. You know, you got your LEDs, and then you got your other bulbs and stuff like that. She got me an LED, which you would use on like a Ford Raptor. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I went back and I bitched her out. I was like, I told you, this is the receipt. You're a fucking bitch. And she goes, look, I'm not a mechanic. Then I'm like, why the fuck are you working here? Why are you giving me advice if you don't know? She goes, I was just trying to help. I'm like, then you should just let me buy whatever the fuck I wanted. So I'm over here. I was so pissed. And then one of my old classmates came over and he refunded it. But I don't think he recognized me. Thank God. I look nothing like I did in high school, but we'll come back to that. So I get my money back, and then she's like, it's gonna take 7 to 8 days for it to come back into your account. I'm like, you can shut up. You've done enough damage. And I look back at the guy who did the refund for me, and he goes, yeah, it's gonna take 7 to 8 days. And I'm like, all right, cool, thank you very much, and have a good one. And she says bye when I'm walking out. I think just to be a fucking bitch, but I'll never go back to AutoZone for that fucking reason unless I desperately have to. God damn. Can't handle people like that. If you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I don't know a lot of things about cars when it comes to, like, the bulbs and stuff because I just don't. I'll own up to that. I don't care. But, you know, if you... Look, two people with zero knowledge, just because you get together and talk about a certain topic or, like, item you want to purchase doesn't mean you both have more knowledge now because two people with zero knowledge talked about it. You need to talk to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. But yeah, switching topics here, switching drives, because I don't even want to think about fucking AutoZone. I look nothing like I did back in high school. I feel like I look way better now than I did in high school. Like, I wish I had the looks now back then. Imagine peaking in high school. Man, imagine how much pussy I would have slayed. But then again, I was in a relationship for most of high school, which I don't regret at all. Like, you know, that made me who I am today. But, like, if I was single and I had the looks as I did back then, man, I would tear it up. Obviously, I'm just hyping myself up, and there's no one here to tell me otherwise. I'm just by myself looking out my window. Is that it? Just one rumble of thunder, and I'm not gonna, that's it? Shit. But, yeah, I would have been tearing it up over here hyping myself up. You know, I'm looking out my window right now, and to my tree, and if my landlord's listening to this, I totally didn't do this, but there's a bag of bagels hanging in this fucking tree right here. I did that. I bought a bag of bagels, and for some reason I didn't eat it. I out-bageled myself, kind of going back to what I was saying on the last podcast where I have a really addictive personality and I'll eat or drink something religiously. Yeah, that's what I did with bagels. I had like 3 bagels a day for like half a year. And, kind of just overdid it. So I just took the bag and I threw it into the field, but I hit the tree. And it's been in there ever since. There's still 2 good bagels in there. I'm looking at it right now. If you know me, I don't like to let food go to waste. I'll eat a lot of shit that goes bad. Like, I ate a Subway sandwich that was sitting in the fridge since Monday to Saturday at work. I was working 6 days a week at this time. And the Subway sandwich was old as fuck. And 6 days have passed. And I'm like, man, I don't want to go home for lunch. Which is whatever. I'll just starve throughout the shift. It's fine. It was only like 6 or 8 hours. And I'm like, oh, there's a sandwich in the back of this fridge. Brayden, who is it? And Brayden goes, it's old, man. It's been in there since Monday. And I'm like, oh, looks like it's mine now. So I pull it out. I take a bite. And I'm like, all right. I heat it up. I'm like, all right. It's not too bad. I slammed that 6-inch sub, by the way. Thank you for whoever left it. But the problem was that, like I said, it was an old-ass sandwich. So I'm eating this sandwich that's been in there for 6 days. And at first, I was fine. But then, like, 2 hours later, I'm like, oh boy. And I just start getting, like, fucking super nauseous. And if people who don't know me personally knows that my job, it's very physical. So I'm up and moving consistently. I can't just stop and sit down. Like, my job is very much time-based, so I have to keep going. And I'm nauseous this entire time. And I sooner or later overcome the nausea, but, like, another 3 hours have passed. And may I remind you, I got a bowl tonight, right? Not like tonight, but like that day I ate the sandwich. I'm like, I got a bowl tonight. I end up getting like explosive diarrhea, and the entire time when I was bowling, I was fighting back a demon, and I'm like, because like you ever wash your hands and then go back to bowling? It's not the same. Anybody who bowls would know what I'm talking about, but it's not the same. So I fought back this demon as long as I could. I shit before and I shit after bowling, and it was just all really bad. Asshole on fire, fucking liquid. It's like you turned a faucet on. And those are, for some reason, my favorite type of shits, because you know the person next to you going, Jesus Christ, they're praying for you, they're having a tip jar, a GoFundMe for your asshole. And you always feel a lot better, too. Sometimes you don't, but like on the rare occasion you don't, it's always because there's something else leading up to it. But yeah, it's always a good time. Always a good time when you eat old food, because then that fucking happens to you. I don't know. I don't like to let food go to waste, depending on like what it is. I was just bitching the other day, by the way, about how like is it raining outside? It is. Look at that. Give it about 5 more degrees, it's going to freeze, because that's how Illinois is. But I was just bitching the other day about how I used lettuce on a Monday, for example, cut the head off and everything, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot a double Ziploc baggie at the store. So I'm like, okay, I'll get it the next day. I'm like, all right, the next day. Thursday rolls around, I had to run to Walmart. Got the double Ziploc baggies, I come back, and the lettuce is still, like, almost just as good as it was Monday. A little bit of brown spots here and there. But I'm like, okay, that's a little concerning to me. Fresh produce means it should be bad by day 3. And I buy fresh produce mostly. So, like, I go shopping at least twice a week, because peppers don't last that long. Tomatoes don't last that long. But I've noticed that, like, if you buy it in the summertime, it goes bad in, like, 2 days, 3 days. And then if you buy it in the wintertime, it lasts, like, a whole week, apparently. Which, to me, just does not seem right. I don't think it should be like that at all. It should last less in the wintertime than it does in the summertime. Maybe I got those backwards, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Fresh produce should not be lasting for more than 3 days. 4 days max, depending on the condition you keep the fruit in. How bruised do you guys like your bananas? Are you like, I like mine slightly bruised? Like you just got done beating your wife? Or you like yours like freshly yellow? I can eat it. However, The moment it gets too brown, however, I don't like it. Reminds me of a simpler time. Because, like, brown bananas just... too sweet for me, too. Like, the texture is off at that point as well. Because it's no longer, like, a solid, good banana. It's, like, a mushy banana. Man, that's, like, the 7th Jeep Renegade I've seen since I've started this podcast today. 40 minutes. 7 of them. Are you fucking kidding me? And they're all about the same color. Jeep Renegades are cool, I guess, if you live in the city. But, come on, be a fucking man. Buy a Jeep Wrangler. Jeep Compasses are really cool, too. Those are really good commute cars. If you want a Jeep, but you don't want a daily Wrangler, you know, fucking a Compass or the, Cherokees. Cherokees are really nice, but the Jeep Renegade is fucking retarded looking. It looks like it looks like a Fiat. It looks like a Fiat, and, a Kia had a baby, and that's what fucking came out of it. A Jeep. God damn it. I'm getting another fucking text. I swear to God, same person, I'm going to lose it. Okay, it's not. It's not. I guess I'll check my phone really quick. You know, I drove home asleep one time. I don't know how I did it. I was over at Claudia's house. Ended up just checking what these people want really quick. Making sure no one's dead. What the... Oh, yeah. I saw live turkeys yesterday. Had Claudia take a picture for me. I was like, oh my God, there's fucking turkeys. I'm like, where are they going? Probably to go to climb a tree. I'm like, turkeys climb trees? I don't fucking believe you. And I haven't looked it up or anything yet, so I can't tell you if we're both retarded or if it's just her. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, a long time ago, about a year and a half, I think. I ended up falling asleep in Claudia's basement when we were watching like a show or something, and ended up waking up, I guess, enough to walk out to my car, and I drove home at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, at this time, I was going to work at 4:45 in the morning, getting home at 3:30, going to the gym at 4 p.m., coming home and cooking dinner, and then going to hang out with Claudia or John till like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I would sleep for like 4 hours and then repeat the cycle the next day. That was an awful time. I cannot tell you how much sleep I missed out on, and I seriously regret it. But anyway, I somehow got in my car, and I drove home, had no idea how I did it. Woke up at 4 o'clock, and I'm like, how the fuck did I get here? And I refuse to believe that I was awake, because I don't remember driving home. At the time, I was driving my Nissan. Because I'm like, I just did not have any awareness of me driving home. And that should have been like a sort of safety hazard, but I should have also gotten a medal. I should have gotten a medal for that. Driving home asleep, basically. And Chloe was telling me, she like, we said goodbye and you just walked upstairs and headed on out. And I'm like, well, shit. I don't know what that says about me, but I'm always on the move, man, whether I'm asleep or I'm awake. Oh, god damn. I think I'm gonna make a burger for dinner. Fuck, that's what I'm feeling right now. And I apologize, everybody, if you guys get bored of just hearing me talk. Oh, what kind of car is that? I can't tell what that is. It looks like a redneck special. Speaking of redneck specials, I had this guy in this fucking local group chat of our town, and he just the biggest child ever. And we got into a heated argument because he kept posting something, and I'm not gonna name him, and I'm not gonna post what he was posting, but he was posting the same thing every day, just at a different location. And I was like, look, man, it's not that fucking funny. Hop off. And he was saying, oh, I'm a snowflake because I can't take a joke. I'm like, a joke's funny once or twice. You know, but how many times can you do the same thing and still get the same 300 laugh reacts? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, why is my... What day is today? Am I supposed to... No way. I'm sorry, guys, I'm getting... My phone's blowing up for some reason. Anyway, it's not funny, bro. And then at this point, he's calling me a snowflake. And we got to the point where I started, like, snooping on his Facebook page so I could start roasting his fat wife or something. Make fun of his haircuts, his dad pictures and stuff. But I was like, it's just not worth my time. He ended up blocking me. So everybody I know still sees his posts, but I don't. And I'm blessed. I feel like I deserve an honor for that one as well. Only because that guy's a piece of shit. It's not funny. And if you're listening to this right now, stop it. You know who you are. I doubt you even listen to this. I doubt you have internet, you fucking piece of shit. But yeah, I think I'm going to make a burger for dinner tonight. With some avocado, some cheese, lettuce, tomato. How many greens do you put on a fucking burger? An avocado and lettuce kind of feels like an overkill, but they mesh so well together. Like, I went to Chipotle 3 weeks ago, I think. Last podcast I did with John, we went to Chipotle. I'm in a funk where I don't want to cook. Probably because I've been doing it for so long. But we went to Chipotle, and I get light lettuce and double guac. That seems reasonable. But then I could probably do without the lettuce. But maybe I should try to rotate it out. I don't know. I get the same thing every time I go to Chipotle. I don't get the burritos. I go there for the bowls. But I should start getting the burritos. I tried getting a kid's meal there once. They're like, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 19. I wasn't that hungry. I just want something to eat with my friends. But they were starving. This was like years ago. And I was like, oh, nah, you can't get it because you're 19. And I'm like, well, I identify as a kid. And they're like, nah, your ID says otherwise. I'm like, fuck you. So I ended up getting a whole bowl, eating like a quarter of it, and then giving it to one of my friends. I was like, bruh, Chipotle's expensive, man. Fucking $15 for a bowl. Maybe it's not that expensive. Maybe I'm being overreactive, but I eat the whole bowl in like 10 minutes. You know? Like, 4 avocados is like $2. No need for double avocado to be $3. Chipotle just rips people off. But you know why people keep going? Because it's for some reason hard to match that flavor. I don't know why. I tried doing it at home once. Oh my god, steak sounds fantastic right now. I tried doing it at home once. It came out okay. Maybe I just didn't have the right seasoning in the guacamole. I'm a huge chicken guy currently, though. Chicken, rice, and broccoli. That's my favorite kind of thing. Mixed vegetables, though, that's the shit. Baby corn? Oh my god. So good. And I can eat that all the time. Baby corn, baby carrots. Fucking give me a real baby. I'll eat it too. Cannibalism. Not cannibalism. Nah, I'm fucking with you. But everything baby vegetable wise is so good. You ever seen an actual vegetable? Like a person, but they're actually like handicapped, like on the arms and legs? How do they know that, like, do they get horny too? I need to have a vegetable on this podcast. I'm going to have to get an extension cord, though, because I don't know how they're going to get up here without a ramp. Because on this podcast, there ain't no handouts, bud. You either get up here on your own or we're throwing you an extension cord. And we're going to have you record from outside. We'll put a tent around you. Put a tent. Some water. Some food. But, hey, if you get stuck in the grass, remember... They can't even drive their own wheelchairs, can they? They're gonna have a helper anyway. They'll be fine. They can get up here. For some reason, I was thinking after a vegetable, they still have control of their fingers. I know nothing about this, obviously. I'm just fucking shooting shit out my ass. But, yeah. I want you guys to know I've been holding my wiener like a cigar this entire time. Difference is I can't smoke it. I know I was talking on the last podcast. I really want to start smoking cigarettes. Not even smoking. I just want to carry one in my mouth just to look cool. Get like those really dark sunglasses. Fucking carry a cigarette in my mouth and on the ear. 2 that you can see. Pack in my back pocket. I was going to ask my dad if he would want these cigarettes, but my dad don't smoke. So it'd make no sense. Dad will like get a cigar. Just carry everything smokable on me, like vapes, cigarettes. I don't know exactly where I would get weed from, because I've never smoked weed or anything like that before, but I will find someone to roll me a fake doobie. Is that even still a word in popularity, doobie? I don't know. Oh, it's all right. Well, it's starting to rain, and we're inching up on 5 o'clock here. Holy shit, it's already been fucking 50 minutes. I'm gonna call it that for the day, guys. If you guys managed to listen this far, thank you very much. I hope you liked it. I did get a request that I start recording myself when I do it, but unfortunately, today would have been one of those days where you would have saw me holding my dick like a cigar. But I am gonna work on getting a camera up on this soon, and then yeah, I'm just trying to make up for that recording I fucking lost yesterday, and hopefully this one works out. Because if it doesn't, I don't know what I fucked up on that. But hope you guys enjoyed. Look out for a podcast midweek with Devin, and possibly Braden. And hope you guys all enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys soon.